Hello everyone, my name is Master Chief and welcome back to Destiny 2. So, Beyond Light has so far been a very pleasant expansion to play through. The story was excellent, PvP is in a great spot right now, and so far everything has been relatively great. So, I was working on getting my weekly bounties done, I'm just trying to get myself ready for the new raid coming out. And I came to that horrible portion where you realize you have to play some Gambit. So Gambit was in a pretty rough spot before Beyond Light, and they've made some change to it. So I was like, "What the heck? Let's go play some Gambit." And dear goodness, it has gotten so much worse. It is so bad now. I didn't even think it could get worse. So the changes they've made to Gambit are, the biggest one is that they got rid of Gambit and Gambit Prime. There's no longer two modes you can select from. It's now simply called Gambit, and you play to 100 until 100 motes are depositive and one primeval, one round. So it's essentially Gambit Prime, but without all the fancy armor stuff with extra blockers and extra mote collection, that type of thing. So there's no special armor to it. It's just flat out Gambit, one round, and matches were typically lasting about 10 minutes. So considering the fact that, pre-Beyond Light, Gambit was 3 rounds, took forever, and was just an absolute pain to play through. This is a move in the right direction, but it's still absolutely terrible. And here's why. I was thinking that maybe Bungie might have done something with Gambit loot, but now there's nothing. So the only legendaries that you're going to get from Gambit are the only ones you're going to get that are actually Gambit related are going to be from the weekly bounty challenges, and you'll get the new armor from the Drifter. That's it. All the other legendaries you have nothing to do with Gambit. It's just the exact same loot pool as last season. It is absolutely horrible. So before Beyond Light, the reason you even played Gambit was because, there were Gambit weapons. You played Gambit because you wanted to get that absolute god roll bygones. You wanted to get, just an absolute amazing roll on that thing so you could go destroy in trials. That's how you were having fun. Well, now that's not possible, and now they're not even giving those out at all. Bungie did not even have, the courtesy to put a new little icon in the upper right-hand corner of the weapon and, increase the light and maybe give it 2 new perks you can get on it. No, it's gone now. You're not getting those Gambit weapons anymore. And, you can still, if you still have the Gambit weapons, they only go up to 1060, so now Gambit is completely worthless. There's no reason to play Gambit at all. Seriously. If you want prime engrams, legendaries, go play Crucible, because Crucible, the matches are shorter, and it's pretty much the exact same chance of getting prime engrams, because in the new expansion, if you grind a playlist, there's now a higher chance you get kind of an extra prime reward for it. And if you want that, then just go play Crucible, because it's the exact same loot pool as Gambit. So are Vanguard Strikes. So if you can get the same loot from Vanguard Strikes and the same loot from Crucible, Gambit is completely worthless now. So honestly, if you're not going to do anything with Gambit, Bungie, remove it from the game. This is worthless now. It's awful. There's not, sure, there is a special set of armor you can get from the Drifter, but all Bungie did was create one new set of armor for each character and just kind of put a different little color on it for Crucible, Gambit, and Vanguard, and that's it. So you're pretty much earning the exact same armor set. So, it doesn't matter if you're going to put a different shader on it anyway, so unless you want an all green armor set that's the new one, okay, fine. That's your only reason to play Gambit. Weapons? No, nothing. So it's just absolutely awful, and it makes me so mad because you got rid of a ton of strikes, you got rid of you got rid of 4 planets, you got rid of a ton of stuff, and yet Gambit is still here, and it's absolutely horrible. They did not really do much to fix it. I will have to give Bungie credit. Making it just to 100 motes one round, that's a great step forward into making the round shorter and making them slightly more enjoyable. But now all you're doing in Gambit is doing your bounties, playing 3 matches, getting your little engram, and that's it, moving on. So now there's even less reasons to play Gambit. Even when you hated playing Gambit before Beyond Light, you were still kind of getting some unique weapons to go along with it. You're getting like the Pillager, the Distant Relation. Even though they weren't necessarily the best weapons, you were still getting things that you could only get in Gambit. Now Gambit is just like any other loot source, and now there's no reason to choose it at all. So, just a heads up, for those of you who are grinding through, all the power levels, trying to get yourself up to 1230-ish for the new raid, just ignore Gambit entirely. There's absolutely no reason to play it at all. And, you get rid of 4 destinations, you give me this whole spiel at the beginning of the campaign about how we don't know where Mars and Titan are, and yet the only 2 maps I can seem to play Gambit on are the Mars and Titan map, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. I get you can't delete those maps because you have a limited map pool for Gambit, but whatever. It's just adding insult to injury. It's in such a bad state right now. Do not touch it at all. So, those are just kind of an angry man's thoughts on Gambit. I'm not pleased with it, but thank you guys so much for watching this video and dedicating your time to it. We've recently reached 50 subscribers on this channel, which is a huge milestone for a small YouTuber like me. So I really appreciate the support to everyone out there, and I hope you all have a nice day.